Mr. Chairman, fellow speakers, Elvis has entered the building. Not this building. I'm talking about the Bendigo Art Gallery. Last weekend, that building hosted an exhibition titled Elvis, Direct from Graceland. And I think that Bendigo has something to teach us here in the Valley. Now, the exhibition showcased the extraordinary life and style of Elvis Presley. There was a wide range of costumes and outfits, vintage memorabilia, and treasured items from his Graceland home. Fashion highlights included Elvis and Priscilla's wedding outfits, the costume he wore to meet President Nixon, and his diamond-encrusted Maltese cross necklace, and of course, a dazzling array of his Vegas jumpsuits. Personal items on display included his gold telephone and his childhood crayon box. The Elvis exhibition, like many of his songs, was a smash hit. Of the 800 motel beds in the city of Bendigo, all were occupied, with accommodation providers doing their best to find visitors a place to stay in neighbouring towns. The Bendigo Motel Association president commented that it was Bendigo's biggest weekend in years. She said, "The town was overflowing. People travelled to Bendigo from all over Australia." And the manager of the Bendigo Tea House said, "It's been a really big weekend for us. We desperately needed this." But to be fair, it wasn't only the king of rock and roll that drew the crowds to Bendigo, because in fact, there were several major events and attractions in Bendigo last weekend. Contributing to the bumper weekend of tourism was the Dahlia Festival and the Lost Trades Fair. There was also the beginning of the Bendigo Pride Festival. And on the Saturday, thousands of people with a love of brewing and craft beer attended Bendigo on the Hop. The interesting thing about the events that were on offer was the diversity. It wasn't a bow with only one string. There was something for everyone. And the show is far from over for this regional Victorian city. Local tourism operators are already taking bookings for next month's Easter festival. I'm sure you'll agree that after the last couple of years we've had, it's great to see regional tourism is no longer in the ghetto. And after the lockdowns and restrictions, this post-COVID mini tourism boom is a lot like the life of Elvis Presley himself. It's a real rags to riches story. And despite what those with suspicious minds might think, Bendigo ought to be congratulated for having the confidence to put uncertainty aside and lead the way. And for us here in the Latrobe Valley, I think the example shown by Bendigo and the success of the Elvis exhibition provides an opportunity for some reflection and to ask ourselves, pardon me, are we doing all we can to attract visitors to our area? Because we now boast some seriously impressive state-of-the-art facilities. We have the Gippsland Performing Arts Centre. It has a 750-seat theatre, meeting rooms, an indoor-outdoor cafe, and 2 open-air event spaces, one of which is an amphitheatre. And the Latrobe Regional Gallery has been refurbished, transformed into a world-class exhibition space. bringing it into line with global standards so it can now host major international events. And we have some great sporting facilities here too, including the Gippsland Regional Aquatic and Leisure Centre and the Indoor Sports and Entertainment Complex. Will we ever be better placed to face the rapidly approaching end of coal-fired power generation in the valley? I believe it's now or never. Let's dig our local economy out of the coal mines and get this show on the road. You know, in his day, Elvis Presley carefully crafted his own style and his own look. He had to, because unlike modern celebrities, he didn't have marketing experts or teams of advisors and personal stylists telling him how to sound and what to wear, say, or do. He had to make his own success. And I think with the diversity we have here in the valley, we can do the same. What do you think, Ind?
Daddy,
Yeah?
I really want Mama.
Come on, tell me why.
I miss Mama.
You miss Mum. Mum's gone to work. Shall we send her a message? Hey? Shall we send Mum a message?
I can't watch on her phone, and I know you'll say no if I ask you.
You can watch now. I'm finished.